Okay, we're in the bunker. The fire's coming and we can see it over at Wonboyn. So I'm just going to try and get a video.
We're going to jump to North Wonboyn.
So, look at the fire. I know.
What does it mean?
Regrettably, on the night of the 4th of January, the fire moved very rapidly up toward Wonboyn and literally hit Wonboyn at around about anything between 9 p.m. and midnight.
Here it comes, but I just turned around here. Here it is here.
This here was given to us when we first arrived in Wonboyn. So what do I pack the car with? I packed this basket, which is still with us today. So that's the sort of crazy stuff you pack when you think you might lose everything. You pack a basket.
We used to have a beautiful mud brick house standing right just here.
It was a typical old bush house, a veranda out the back and one out the front.
There was a bedroom here, the main bedroom was here, in this corner.
And in here would have been the lounge room and the dining room.
The toilet was here. Would have been here.
And then there was kitchen over here, overlooking these mountains here.
But that's what it was. The view was off there. You had beautiful afternoon sun, beautiful shade on the front veranda, and simple and little. And you know, it had its creaks and it had its wobbles, but it was my home, you know.
We were told, we think it's going to be okay, just go to sleep. Just lie down, everyone who was not in the fire brigade could have a rest. We woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and they said, oh look, everything's safe, go back to your home. Yep, we're all pretty good. And so we got in the car, drove here, and then we went down our driveway into another neighbour's place, and we could see a massive tree was on fire there. So I took some photos and we rang the fire shed. We said, I don't think it's quite safe here. And they went, no, you're right. Just get back to the fire shed. So we jumped in the car, went back to the fire shed, and we were just listening to everybody, everything that was being said on the two-way with the fire. And we heard our neighbour say, oh, we think Paul and Oksana's place is gone.
Wow, unfortunately P&O's house has gone. Oh, poor people.
And anyway, then we heard one of the fire people say to another one, can you please find a quiet spot, you know, away from Paul and Oksana, because their house is definitely gone. And so the fire guy said, too late, they're already here, and they heard that, and we went, okay. So it was at that point, it was definite.
Yeah, I lost everything. All I had was a bit of a buckled shed, and I stayed in the caravan park for a couple of weeks, but I felt like I was just locked in a cage and couldn't stay there, so I came out to the buckled shed and very lost. First time really lost in my life, because I'd closed my business after 39 years and I had no backup. And suddenly it just went up in smoke, literally. You know, as I say, there was a time there where I had other ideas of giving up. I had it insured.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
insurance.
Not as, I mean, I sliced the insurance in half. I was underinsured because I'd just gone and I shut my business and went on the pension, didn't I? So as soon as I went on the pension, I thought, oh gosh, I can't keep paying. I paid top insurance for all those years, and I thought, oh. So I sliced it in half, thinking, I don't need to pay that much anymore. This will do. And I thought, oh my gosh, that was only about 6 months before I changed it. So anyway, it's worked out because all the people that have helped, it's incredible. All these Red Cross and Vinnies and Salvation Army and even Service New South Wales. My goodness me, I've got Kylie, she's my best mate, my case manager. I think I hear some fiddling going on down there. just people putting their hand out, reaching out and taking my hand and saying, come on, we'll help you pick up and go again. And it's just been overwhelming. So I thought, gosh, if that many people want to help you and share that much love, how dare I not want to pull my weight?
Okay, well obviously as everybody knows there was fires in our area. Obviously we went and evacuated, I think you know all this story, but probably long story short we got back to, the fires probably came through here on the Saturday and we came back to this property on the Tuesday, not knowing whether or not our house was here or not. I'm going to get upset. And then when we got here, obviously I drove out here with some friends. It's only me and my 12-year-old daughter. She was in town. And we came out here when the roads were all cleared on the Tuesday at about 6 o'clock in the evening to discover that only a chimney was left of our house. But look, obviously, you know, everything was gone. A small caravan remained right next to the house, which was my daughter's favourite caravan, and she was quite happy that that was still here. This isn't my first home. This was a beautiful property and a dream from mine from when I was about 15 years old. My best friend actually owned this property, and it kept going up for auction. It was split into 3 sections. Basically, my parents bought this section and used it as a little getaway from the hustle and bustle of Eden. And there was another house just up further on the hill, which I spent a couple of $1,000 and I lived in there. But when my daughter was born 12 years ago, I moved from the top house down to this house because it had more creature comforts. I'm a single mum and my parents wanted to see me and my daughter live in a bit more of a normal place. And this was our home. And to come back and to see that it was gone, and I couldn't get him to see the second house for probably another month and a half, and that was totally flattened even worse. And I don't have any family. My mum and dad have passed away, and my father would be so proud, and there's not a day that I don't walk around here. When I first come back after the fires, my parents always said they'll come back as kookaburras. And with all the devastation and the silence and everything was just black. The ground was black and all these 2 kookaburras sat in the tree and followed me around and laughed and laughed and laughed at me. And all I could hear is my dad saying, I hope you've got your paperwork in order, darling daughter, and you're going to be okay. You know, you're going to be okay.
I'm not sure I don't think I even cried. I've cried more in the last 6 months. So the first 6 months was a lot easier than the second 6 months in a strange way. Well, the first 6 months is a lot's happening. A lot of people are helping. A lot of organisations are helping. You've always got something to do. You've got to, every day there's something you have to do. And there's a lot of people around you and a lot of action and a lot of things happening. And as things get fixed and done, people drop off, organisations drop off, and you're left with, you've got more time to think. Before we couldn't, no time to think, just do and make good.
At the time, there was so much adrenaline kicking in that we felt like we could cope with anything. In fact, our journey has been, in PST and mental terms, getting more and more difficult as the time has gone on. So you guys turning up now has just been an amazing healing, and we just couldn't thank you enough.
And that's why this is so important. That's why you people coming here right now, because this is 10 months after And this is a total blessing because it says to us, people still care. And it's not that we thought people forgot about us, we know they still thought of us. But you do need something tangible sometimes, even if it's a phone call. And people get busy with their own lives. And then COVID came, so people were isolated. I'm sure if that hadn't happened, we may not have felt as I won't say forgotten, but it felt like we were forgotten.
Over 2 weeks we've got 45 volunteers. Projects range from fencing, we're building a community meeting place up at a town called Toowoomba, where we're putting in a barbecue and a structure over the barbecue and covering the kids' play area and putting in a basketball court. The community has nothing there at the moment and again suffered really badly with the fires.
So yeah, we're going to disconnect this line all the way through to the end of the fence here.
Just rolling up the barbed wire after we cut it all, and then apparently putting up new barbed wire for him just to make it more secure. And yeah.
At the moment, what's happening is it's a lot of wildlife are getting caught in the wire, so we're just cutting and removing that wire and just clearing up this area for the property owners in the district here.
We give to the community and they always give back in spades, but I tell you what, it's the most fulfilling thing I've ever done, and you just want to just keep helping people, you know, and get their lives back on track, and it just fills me up. I love it. The more work, the better I feel. So it's wonderful, yeah.
Having these pilots and you guys coming out here but it's the first time somebody's come to this property and have offered me physical help.
CCA have just been fantastic. They've come in, the girls have actually filled all this trenching in. The guys are actually digging trenches down the bottom to take excess water away. It is just spectacular. I couldn't thank you all enough.
They're doing incredible things. They're restoring my burnt sprinkler system in my garden, helping me rebuild the shade cloth shelter for my garden, nailing on boards to stop the shade cloth being whipped off by the winds that become rather ferocious up here. We get some pretty heavy winds. It's just amazing I'm getting this work done that would have taken me weeks to do by myself. So I feel, again, very blessed, incredibly blessed that somebody's walking into my life and going, oh, we'll give you a hand. Thank you for your help.
It's just amazing. I could not fathom what has happened. I just wanted a shade cloth and a basketball stand, and to be able to get a barbecue area and fix up our town and people just go into our members of our community and helping us is just so overwhelming. I'm so touched by my community, who I think is beautiful, but to see these people for no other reason, just to want to help us, is beautiful.
I enjoy building to start with, and just it's good to give back to the communities, help some of the guys out and meet all new people, and yeah, it's just a great opportunity to get out and see places that we never would have visited before as well. So yeah, it's great.
Connecting communities, even though we knew this was coming, it was something we were really looking forward to getting into and giving us a purpose. I mean, it's given us a purpose as much as given these guys here a purpose to be out here and to come and help us. So helping communities like this when we're all in need and hardship it's been great.